It's time to pay Quinnen Williams. In 2022, QW was the best interior defensive lineman in the NFL. So let's take a look at his All-22 and I'll show you why Quinnen is purely dominant. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? It's Luke here from PLAJ, and I'm pumped about today's video. We're back in the film room with another All-22 breakdown, this time looking at my favorite player in the NFL, and that is Quinnen Williams. He was remarkable last year. 12.5 sacks, one of the best run defenders in the game. It's time to give the bag to this man, and I'm going to show you why. Start looking at his pass rushing. Quinnen Williams here from a zero tech against Green Bay. Look at the technique, the quickness, and the violence to sack our new quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Little jet-on-jet crime to get us started. Technically speaking here, look at how proficient he is. He goes for the club rip. You can see the big club with the left arm here from Quinnen, makes good impact and then rips violently with the right arm underneath the armpit and absorbs the contact from the guard who's coming across trying to handle the stunt and just shoots that gap and gets to Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't get any better than this. This is elite quickness from a 300-pound athlete. The best hand technique you're going to see outside of Aaron Donald. It was perfect. And this is the level that Quinnen played at all season long. This second clip is a great example of a push-pull move. It is all class from Quinnen Williams. As we let this thing roll, he's at a one technique, a line between the center and the guard, right-hand side of the Jets defensive line. Look how he uses the momentum of the guard and then swims over the top after he implements that pull move. It is beautiful from QW. What am I talking about? Bull rush. Speed to power through the chest. Try and get the guards on skates. As the guard tries to fight back, you use his momentum against him. You're going to pull him towards the line of scrimmage and swim over the top. This is how you stack moves. This is how you implement a pass rush plan. This is honestly as good as it gets. This is Aaron Donald, Chris Jones. That's the caliber of player that Quinnen Williams was in 2022, and I cannot wait to see the Jets pay this man. It's coming. This snap against the Bengals is the definition of F the play up. You can see him here shooting from the one technique and just destroys the entire play. How does he do it? With brute force, explosion, first step quickness, and the ability to bull rush and work through a double team. This is grown man strength from Quinnen Williams, like ridiculously so. First of all, look at the displacement he gets at the line of scrimmage. Tight hands, low man wins, great leverage here against the center one-on-one. And then look at the displacement he gets. He's able to get those hands inside and rip through. We're going to disengage. Then, okay, we've got the guard coming across to help. Look how he absorbs contact, stays on his feet, and still gets to Joe Burrow. That is one of the most impressive things I've seen from a 300-pound lineman. There's just so much going on here. Speed to power, hand technique, and balance at that size. It is truly ridiculous. This was a season for the ages from Quinnen Williams. The last pass rushing rep we're going to look at here against the Jacksonville Jaguars gets the sack early in the game on third down, gives the Jets a chance. Unfortunately, Zach Wilson did not do the same thing. Quinnen this time rushing from a 4 technique, left-hand side of your screen. Look how he just uses it as a runway to take on the guard, to go straight through his chest with the bull rush. But once again, it's about the ability to disengage and then stack moves together. He attacks the inside shoulder of the guard, gets tight hands, disengages, but look how he then swims over the top with that right arm, forces the ball out. We got a fumble, and it's a Jets football. Everything you want to see from your defensive lineman. Speed to power. Again, the ability to disengage is so important after first contact. Just because the guard gets hands on you, that shouldn't be a wash. Go through his shoulder, swim over the top, stack those moves, and get the football. Absolute dog. But Quinnen Williams is far from a one-dimensional player. He was dominant in the run game too, and in multiple different ways. Have a look at him here in this rep against the Pittsburgh Steelers. One-on-one against the center from the left-hand side of your screen. You want to talk about grown man strength? How many times do you see a defensive lineman pick up a center? He gets under that armpit and just rips him to the side. And look at the position of the center. This is filthy from Quinnen Williams. Now we're going to march him back straight into Najee Harris's lap, Sheldon Rankins going to mop up the play, because just because you don't get the tackle doesn't mean you didn't absolutely ruin the play, and that is exactly what Quinnen did here. Bit of a forklift move, get underneath him and just march him. How far back? Let's have a look. 4-5 yards against the run. Ridiculous. This is an elite NFL athlete playing the center position, and Quinnen Williams makes him look like he's playing JUCO. Just special stuff. Against the Vikings, I'm going to show you how to blow up an outside running play when you face a double team from a one-tech spot. Oh my goodness. This man played with unbelievable violence. He just absorbs that double team with ease, but then penetrates on top of it. Not only is he not losing ground against this little double, he just marches the center back and gets straight in Dalvin Cook's lap. Like, I can't tell you how impressive this is. This is as difficult as it gets for a 300-pound 3-tech. You think, oh, he could have some trouble in the run game getting thrown around by some of these double teams. Not this guy. He was just absolutely disruptive, dominant, and it was displayed week in and week out for the Jets. To close out the video, let's take a look at something a little different. Quinnen Williams 2-gapping. I'll show you everything's not just penetration. He can stand up his man, has the vision, and works back to the running back. Look again at the technique on display. We say at the line of scrimmage all the time, low man wins, tight hands wins. Quinnen does that. He has the leverage. He stands up the guard. This position he gets him in right here, the guard has no shot at all. Quinnen's got underneath his shoulder pads. He's stood him up. He's off balance. He's got all his weight on his left leg. Quinnen's 2-gapping. He's got his helmet on the outside here to the B gap. He's got his eyes in the backfield. We're reading the mesh point. Sees the running back. We're going to rip through. Little rip with the right arm underneath. Disengage and make the tackle. Like, guys, this technique is ridiculous. From the leverage at the point of attack all the way through from the ability to disengage and read on the 2-gap, just a perfect play. Quinnen Williams is him. So that's my breakdown of Quinnen Williams, and the decision is easy for the New York Jets. It's time to pay Quinnen Williams. Don't mess around. Give him his $25 million a year and let this man cook, because he is the best interior defensive lineman in the whole of the NFL.